town here. This is my notes for my Monday lesson with KGB. It's been one of the best game analyses. If I say so myself, this was one of the best game analyses I've ever done. Not the best game I've ever played, not even close. Definitely the worst game from the tournament, but this game analysis, correct, dude. I really went deep. So, there's that. Okay. What do I want? And if Neil Bruce ever shows up, I'm going to open his package. I'm going to do it online. He sent me a package, a mug and a medal is what he says it is, dude. So I'm going to write him on Twitter here. Ready to unbox whenever you come on stream. How about that? Boom. That's for the famous Neil Bruce. We'll show you this epic thing here he sent me. Super Knight, hello. This game I spent 2 weeks on. I did 16 pages of analysis. Some of it I thought was pretty good. What you see here is the first part, just what I gave to KGB. And in this position, I missed the win, dude. So that's the first thing I got to show you guys, show myself, type it in, is I got to put the win that I missed in here. After which, I think he can hold, but then he makes another mistake in which I could win, but then I think it's my last chance. Okay, so what is the win? Oh, first I'm going to do the move I play. Rook BE1, question mark. And Rook E7, new variation, exclam. Rook E7, easy win, yeah. Well, here was the thing. So he's got two variations here. They're both little intense. Rook F7, and I don't want to take it, because I don't think that's necessarily winning. So in order to win this thing, you got to see here, you got to allow that. King F1, check to the miserable king. King E1, we're holding H1, right, with our beautiful centralized queen. Queen F5, and then you got to see this one. Check to the miserable king. Done. Ooh, nice. And the other variation you got to see is Rook C1, King G2, exclam. And now if Rook F7, I go snip, snop, Queen F4 plus minus. And if Rook F2, I go boom, boom, boom. Right? Winning. Okay, so let's talk about why I didn't do it. I thought when I do these notes, I try to write out why I missed crud, and so I'm gonna write exactly what I wrote out here. So. All right. 4 reasons that I missed this. We'll call it a tactic. 1, time pressure. 2, a trust in the opponent. 3, an unwillingness to consider allowing Queen G4. 4, an unwillingness to really let the clock burn. And leave myself with just the increment. Good. And this thing about playing on the increment, man, I'm just from an older generation, dude. We didn't have the increment. So like if you went down in time, you're gonna stay down in time. I don't know exactly, Dor, because I lost the score sheet. I honestly think the tournament organizers stole it from me because I like to keep. Anyways, it's a long story. I think they stole it from me, but I didn't. It wasn't like dire, but I had 9 moves to make or something, so I didn't want to go too deep into time pressure. But I wasn't like about to lose on time. Okay. So, there's another interesting variation here. By the way, so the problem with this move would be another thought, but that runs into rook c2. The other thought here that isn't dumb is boom, 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 boom. And now queen f4, rook f4, king g3, rook a4. This seems to barely hold for black. And this rook d5 is kind of like what I remember spending some time on because of my lack of imagination. But then in my analysis, I discovered then on this move that this would be clever, with the intention that boom, boom is winning, because I'm going to achieve f4 and the rest of it. So this would be a question mark. And then this boom, boom, boom. And then I'm going to say, I couldn't find a path for white to win here. This was a classical game, yeah. Okay. Now, and I missed a tactic with rook be1. And that was after rook c1, queen d5, rook f7, exclam, because if king h8, then I'm going to play queen d4. I'm going to call that winning. What did I miss here? It was that rook c1, queen c1. Is this right, boss? Yeah. Wait. King g2, and then queen b2. Is the problem I ended, or rather, is what I missed when I played rook be e1. Okay, so wait a second. This is not actually what happened, but so we got queen d5, rook f7, rook c1. Oh, okay, this is just a variation of it, but this is something else I want to understand. Couldn't the guy play here? I mean, what are we talking about here, Cry? I mean, maybe I can play f3, but it'd be loosey-goosey to play f3. Yeah, maybe I can play f3. That's a little loosey-goosey. Or I can play rook e8 and queen e5. Okay. Anyways, queen b2 is what I missed, and then I think he's fine. So that's why when this goes down, I just go back. KGB, yeah. Here's my Russian coach. A lot of people want me to tell you his name. I don't know why you want to know his name, but if I did tell you his name, I'd have to kill you after that. And honestly, I'm not the killer. I'm not a killer, you know? So let's leave it at that. All right, so let's promote that. And so now what happens, he's in some time pressure too. And we're going to get more time at 40. So snip, snop, queen d7, good move. Queen e4, queen b5, I think also a good move. Black is right on the edge. The hilarious thing about this boomer GM thing is, it's like, even though I'm not officially a boomer, the Zoomers, dude, for them, everybody's a boomer. For the Zoomers, we're all boomers, you know. that's my that's my 2 cents on those people. Okay, so here I played queen e8. I think it's my only chance. In the analysis, I considered opening my kimono here. And if queen d7, which would be a natural human move, then queen e8 is winning with a much improved version of the game. So, and this we're going to call opening the kimono. Someone on chat turned me on to the idea that the phrase opening the kimono is ancient, and it relates to when the samurai had to open their kimonos to show if they had any weapons. The problem, though, with f4 is that black can play queen b2. So let's say this, boom, and let's say this, exclam, and so for example, if d4, queen d2. And we're going to call that counterplay. Does that work? Yeah, we're calling that counterplay. Yeah. All right. So, oh, and then I also considered d4, queen g5. This is hard to believe, right? Here. Oh, excuse me. f4 overwrite. We're going to call that counterplay. So, queen e8, snip, snop, king g7, king g2. Now, after the game, I thought that maybe this was my mistake. Oh, it turns out this was not my mistake. It might be misguided. Let's write it out. After the game, I felt like this might have been my last chance to win. It feels superficial because the king actually needs to get to the d pawn ASAP. In fact, though, it doesn't make a difference objectively. We're going to get into that in a second. Where are you writing your notes? Right here, buddy. Oh, well, these are the notes in the notebook. And if anyone wants to listen, man, I'm telling them that's the way to improve. I got a simple simple message. You got to write it out. The notes I'm writing here, though, this is all chess base. This is all chess base. I'm writing this. In fact, I think I'm supposed to give chess.com a little shout out here. So let's give them a little shout out. I gotta. Problem is, I don't have that much real estate, you know. So, just giving them that little bit of something over there, that's like already some of my real estate. But chess.com, I'm giving you a shout out, so don't be mad at me. I'm just giving you a shout out, boss. Literally, my boss. They're not really my boss. They help us out a little bit by sometimes giving us their front page or whatever. That's basically what they do. Oh, cool, Sean Pinto. Beautiful. This, to me, actually, Shauna, is sometimes the hardest part to, because I do the notes, and it's very interesting, though difficult, and then writing it into chess base is sometimes a drag, and sometimes I don't do it that well. So one of the beautiful things about streaming is you get social pressure. You get some social pressure to maybe do it correct. And now I have added pressure because I want to do the notes in a reasonable way for KGB, even though I don't think he really reads all the notes. Okay, so let's say king f1 is the other move. But the problem with king g2 is quite simple. Dude should have played h6. Boom. And we get boom, boom. Let's say king g3, g5. We're going to write black should have no problems. Okay, but he didn't do that. You got to see it. You got to understand that your king needs activity. And also, king f1, the bummer with king f1 is still h6. I'm going to say, again, no problems. But just to show the thinking of king f1, if you want to call it that, is, let's say, rook c7, king e2, rook, king, rook, check, boom, d4. Spazzer DK, thank you for rating, dude. Yeah, I'm just putting social pressure on myself to do this analysis here. And I show it. I've done 16 pages, handwritten notes, and I'm typing them in. This is week 2. I'm gonna show it to KGB, my coach, on Monday. And then this is winning. Though it might not be immediately obvious, but the point is the passive king, passive black king, and I got 2 hammer blows, right? I got an F pawn and I got a D pawn. Yeah, maybe I'll do a couple more variations here. Here, I'm coming in. All right, so that's the issue. And H6 is once you see it, it's like, oh, S. It's all over. I don't got nothing. So King G2, he does not play H6, but instead plays Rook D7. We're going to give that a question mark. And we're going to promote. All right, I played F4. He plays King F7. And now I make maybe the move I'm most disappointed with in the game. Let me think about all the mistakes I made in this game, and then yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say question mark. Of all the mistakes I make in this game, this one frustrates me the most. I'm playing, first of all, with the arrogant notion that I can beat any lower rated player in any rook endgame. And what really hurts me is the passive position that I now throw the rook into. All right. Okay. Are we at the heart of Twitch, Charlie Silva? All right. So, what was correct? Rook H8. New variation. All right. Boom. Whew. All right, let's do some analysis. B5, King F2, Rook D3, check to the miserable king, King E6, Rook G7, Rook A3, Rook G6, King F7, Rook C6, Rook A2, King F3, B4, F5, B3, Rook C7, King F8, Rook B7, B2, G6, plus minus, baby. That's a nice variation. Whoo! Okay, so here we go. Rook H8. There's one. Okay, wait. There's another variation here. So King G8. Rook B7. Let me check my notes. Make sure I get this right. Right. Oh, okay. So first of all, it's pretty hectic. There's this one, which isn't immediately obvious that I'm winning this either. King F2, King D5, King E3, and he can't sit because if Rook E7, King F3, Rook D7, because I want to play the D pawn. I want to play Rook D8 up. Ooh, baby. Now I can go Rook G8, exclam. It's a little bit anti-intuitive, but the idea is when I'm going to play when I put the pawn on F6, I want to have Rook G7 as a thought. So B5, snip, snip, King E5, F6, Rook D3, King G4, plus minus, plus minus. Whew! Okay. Boss. Boom, boom. And then if he plays King E5 here, I simply go check, and it's all over. Plus, minus. All right. Good. Okay, so what these variations show, all right, is that when you're in this position, when he's in this position, he can't sit around with Rook E7, D7. And if he goes for it, I have a delicious move here. Boom! Bam! I really like that move. And it's just simply winning. Because there's no, if he goes Rook E7, King D3, I'm going to smack him with a check. If he goes King C4, I'm going to play Rook C8. And then the party's going to start. Yeah. Party's going to start, my friends. And it's going to be evil. So that's just a delicious move. And then there's also this variation. Let's say he does it now. Here I go Rook D8, King C5, D4, D5, D6. And whether it goes Rook or F7 or B7, it's now the same. Rook C8. Now I'm threatening Rook C7. So he comes back. Boom, boom, boom. And we're calling that winning because the black king is offsides. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And then one more variation here. This is the kind of thing, by the way, the KGB, one of the best endgame players in the world. I don't think, I think, I don't think the KGB is necessarily a great player per se, but endgame skills, oh man. So this is going to be the first time we go over an endgame. And he might rage me, dude. He yells at me all the time, calling me an idiot and all kinds of stuff. So I just got to be mentally prepared for all that. Okay. That's right, Charlie. So this, by the way, let me just tell you a story about rook endgames. So the hardest chess book I've ever read that made my mind melt more than anything was Victor Korchnoi Practical Rook Endgames. And a lot of them are just like, say, positions out of the World Championship match with Karpov and stuff. And when you go over them, the level of analysis is so deep, you're like, oh, this is the kind of rook endgame that happens at the top level. And I'm calling bullshit on that. It's just not true. What actually is going to happen is you get a rook endgame like this, it's just as complicated as the Korchnoi ending. Absolutely. And so it's all there. It's all there in your games. And the reason the rook endgame is more complicated is there's fewer positions where you can intuitively say, like, oh, white has a great attack, it's over. Even though I did maybe shorten some of these variations. But okay, so here we go. Rook e3, I think this is my last try, and I think, even though I don't have the whole analysis here, that now he plays well. Ugh, good move. All right, and I'm going to say, only now did I realize how jammed my pieces were. If I'm gonna, I guess, rook e3, it's the final move of time pressure or whatever. But I had some time, I'm just so nervous about I'm not good at playing with the increment. I get too nervous when the clock goes down low. So, the guy gets fancy, and it's a fine move. I think, anyway. And at first I couldn't even understand what he was doing. But here's a key variation, I think. Right. And black holds, which shows that white needs the A or D pawns, A or D pawn, to have a chance. I'm just thinking about it, saying. Holy moly, 1355. That must mean that chess.com put us on there. That's because I put that little logo. I put the chess.com logo on there, and their algorithm was like cry up, give him some views. Okay. If you're just joining us, I'm looking at this game I played. It was my worst game of the tournament. I drew this low-rated dude, but definitely my best analysis in a long time. So a5, it's actually fine. It felt weird at the time to me. f5, you can see what he wants here. He doesn't want to give me anything. Yeah. And now I don't remember everything. But I think first I gave him a check because Russians repeat. And then I played something like rook b5, a3, check, 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 king g3. And here I was just trying to be clever. But okay. Hoping he would lose his mind. Hoping he would lose his mind. And then he finds king h8. We'll give it an exclam. And I'll say, what are you going to say, Brian? I'm trying to say something. What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what happened. Okay. I fooled around for a bit here, but I now have nothing and really need to take care that an accident doesn't happen. Okay, good. So I'm going to call it there and save the thing. Save, save, save. And then I thought we could do something fun here. Here's the question. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to, I'm going to change the title. And I'm just going to do some, we're going to do something fun here for a second. It's an earnest question, though. It's an earnest question. And I'm going to edit the stream info. And we're going to change the title. And we're going to call it, How Bad is Kostya's Horse Opening? That's what I want to know. He's been playing this thing. He did it in his round 1 of this tournament. He's trying to get a GM norm. And dude, all right, I'm going to try to break it down for myself and everybody else. And maybe I'll make a vid. I was thinking maybe I'd make a vid on it. So first thing, Cry, you need to go new board here. Say, let's close that out. And then new board, bro. All right, is it working? No. Maybe I guess I gotta close the other one down. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, man. I can do it. You can do it, chess base. You can do it. Is that correct? No, I don't want that one. Come on. Chess base. Darn it. Oh, wait, enter new game. There we go. Good. And same thing over here. Properties. Chess base, enter new game. Boom. Oh, crap. Crap. I don't know what this. Can we do that again, boss? Can we just try that again? It's got to be possible. Enter new game. It's not doing it for me. Screw it. I'll just do it again. Oh, no, that's correct. Now it's correct. Okay, so what is Kostya's weird horse opening? I want to spell it H-O-A-R-S. The horse opening. What Kostya's doing, okay, is he's doing this garbage like this, dude. Okay? And what is he trying to do? He's trying to get like a King's Indian where his opponent doesn't know any theory. It looks nasty to me, man. This looks nasty to me. You know? How nasty is it? Carl, that's great news. I saw his video yesterday with round 2. And I don't know who did actually. Carl, can you tell us which what was his round 3 opponent? Because the bummer for him is the first 2 rounds he didn't play anybody that's going to help him with the GM norm. It was like non-existent. He might as well not be playing at all. So I assume round 3 he had to play someone much tougher. Chess Latte pre-moved the last 60 moves of his game. All right, my friends. This is Kostya's opening. We're trying to figure out how nasty it is. I might turn on the reference database, and I might turn on Old Stockfish. Now, I want to say, so his idea, by the way, is he's going to go like that, which really is hard for me as an old man to accept that it's possible to play this way. Cool, DM Hokey. What was the guy's rating? His FIDE rating, not the USCF. Just look it up on FIDE. I had a game myself against GM Morab. I can't pronounce his name. Morad Diabadi. That's probably not correct either. Where he played knight c6 here in this position, and then went back to knight b8. And then kind of like Kostya's intention, he wants to play like c6 and stuff. And it's interesting. You know, you're making my pawns commit, so at the cost of time, and then I get some squares, you get some squares, and it's hard for white to know exactly what to do. All right? So let's look at it, man. Well, let's turn on the reference database and see what they say. C4, most common move, makes sense, I guess. It seems nasty to me, Kostya. Don't do it, boss. Don't do it, man. You gotta not do it, buddy. Oh. Now, white's score here, 55. You guys can't quite see it here. Let me make it. Let me make a Jadoob here on the board. So let's go up a little bit and then up so you can see it. Good. So there it is. C4, the most common move, only 55%. And knight c3, only 53. F4 is a truly weird move. And not that many games. So, yeah, Kostya is truly doing the uncharted territory here. Now, here's the thing. We're going to see if we're going to test my assumptions about how the computer sees this position. Computer loves space. And I think it's going to say C4, Stockfish 14 is going to say C4, and it's going to say plus 1.3, maybe more. We're going to see. $23.53 FIDE. Thank you, Chess Latte. That's great, dude. That is exactly what Kostya needs. You know, so that gives him a performance of like 27.50 for the round. And I'm going to guess he had black. That was round 3. Yes, I'm assuming he had black in that game. So that's fantastic, dude. That's fantastic. He needs to string together some more of those. I think, first of all, beating the 2350s with regularity is a hard thing to do. And whenever you do a run at a GM norm in an open, you're going to have to knock down. First of all, you got to knock down the 2000s and 2100s just like 100%. And then these guys, you know, you need to have a little luck, but basically you need to knock them out as well. And then what this is going to mean is Kostya then gets a real shot at the title today. Yeah, he's going to play someone real. And he's going to play someone real. And what am I trying to say? He's going to get his foreigners. Now, that guy sounds like a foreigner. So at least let's just assume he's a foreigner. You need the foreigners for the norm. All right, here we go. Default kibitzer. Let's see what Stockfish. How bad is it? I'm saying 1.3. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. We're around 1.2 right now, bouncing around a little bit. And yeah, let's pursue this a little bit. So let's go C4 and just see what people have played. And again, Kosya's getting like a nasty. Now, so one of the cool things for black is his structure is undetermined, i.e. he can play C6, C5, E5. It's just that you've lost the development battle and you've lost the space battle. All right, let's presume Kosya would play G6. I think that's his flavor of move. So G6, and now let's presume Knight C3. Let's presume Bishop G7. Let's presume Knight F3. These are not hard moves to make. And interestingly, we're transposing, you can see by the numbers, since we're getting more games here, we're transposing into ways in which black could play Knight C6 at all these points. Let's say starting off with 1 G6 or 1 D6 and then later play Knight C6 and accept this terrible loss of time. Okay, so here what is saying stuff like E6. It's definitely a nasty position, but it isn't simple for white to play. Yeah. Now, by the way, if you play a regular King's Indian, which is a better reputation than this, of course, people don't even know about the horse opening. They don't even know about the horse opening. When they do this, when you put in the King's Indian, the computer is generally going to say something terrible, like 1 point something as well, because of the space advantage. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hold on. We got chess results. I was looking for these results, and it was hard to see. Now, let me tell you guys something obvious. A key problem for Kostya in getting a norm in this tournament is there's not that many GMs and there's not that many high-rated players. So his chances go down considerably. When you look at the rating average of this tournament, it's like, honestly, it's like maybe 2,000, maybe less in this tournament. So he has to beat, he has to like beat everyone and then have some luck. Because if he starts, whenever he gets paired down, which I think, for example, if he loses today, say, he gets paired down against a 2,000 player, and then it's just a real bummer because that guy doesn't help you in your performance at all. And if you lose, then it's all over, or you draw, it's all over. And when you're looking at it, the guy he played, the good news is that guy's from Russia. Everybody else might be even besides. Now, Nizhnik is an example of a guy who's been in the States long enough. He might even have transferred his federation. The federation problem's a huge deal for Kostya. I don't see how he gets enough foreigners in here. Yeah, I don't get it. This website, by the way, it's not updating its business. It's simply not updating its business, man. Okay. And who is running this? Who is running this by Vegas Chess Festivals? I think a problem, let me just rant for a second. A problem with a tournament like this is they're trying to sell it to norm hunters like Kostya so that they'll come play, but they're not offering enough money to bring in enough GMs. So you just don't have enough GM power or IM power in here to get enough for a norm. So I'm going to say there might be some technical way it's possible, but he would have to play. There's like 3 GMs, and he has to play all of them. He has to play all of them, and then he needs some foreigners. And I don't know, and an amazing result. All right, but I am not the guy to talk about when it gets to the nitty gritty of like how many foreigners and what exceptions and all that other crud. I just know that this is going to be very hard, and we'll worry about the nitty gritty later. The games are not being carried live, so I can't tell you. If he plays a Kobian, that would be interesting. Kobian was his coach back in the day, and a Kobian's tough, dude. But he might not be as tough as he used to be. But a Kobian's definitely tough. Nizhnik is amazing. And Belus actually beat Kostya in an amazing, I thought a very nice game, where Belus played the King's Indian against Kostya and hurt him pretty bad. So, 3 tough customers. And the other FMs and stuff, I don't even know who they really are. There's so many lower rated players in this tournament. For example, if you really wanted to make it so that people could get a norm, you should cap it, man. Either cap it at some rating or make the lower rateds pay a lot more. So, there's an element of seriousness. Now, the other problem for Kostya is, let's say you play one of these lower rated players, they might be much better than their rating. That's the other nasty thing. It's going on right now. It is a nasty problem for the chess world. Okay, so let me share a little bit more of the computer evaluation, because there's not that many games here. Come on, cry. Pull it together, buddy. Yeah, so there's the computer evaluation. Yeah, correct. Now, just because they have U.S. state listings does not mean they've switched to federations. It's kind of hard. Like, let's say you're Nizhnik. It's kind of hard to switch federations. They make it kind of hard to do. But if you're committed, like if, let's say, Nizhnik's like, screw it, I'm going to play in the United States forever. I think like Swiertz also changed his federation. Maybe he did it. In which case, it's not good for Kostya. Okay. And I know Belus lives here, but I have no idea about his federation. Okay, so let's say this. It's a nasty opening that Kostya's got, this horse opening. But it's maybe no more nasty than, how much... And what's interesting about, say, this position, let's say bishop e2, let's say castles, is if you play a normal King's Indian, you could have thrown in knight c6 at any point, right? And then gone back and done this thing. And here it would be Black's prerogative, if you will, to figure out how to play. And if you're white, you can't really, this would be hard to prep because he can do e5, he can do e6. I think Kostya might want to do c6. That's how I can't pronounce his name. That's how he played against me. That was a slightly different position. Yeah, so this is real newfangled chess here. It is definitely simply pleasant, I think, for white, though, right? Let me just ask a basic question. If you play e5 here, aren't you down? Are you just down a million tempos? Yeah, you're down a million tempos in the Petrosian variation. All right, like bishop g5. And of course, you could do moves like what the computer's saying. Amazing that computers got bishop g5 as well. Yeah. No. This is what I don't understand. Now, maybe Kostya's got some other secret sauce here with e6 or c6 or something. but it doesn't look good, man. And one bummer about my chess-based file is now, since the age of COVID, it started, and all these all this blitz that's been going on. A lot of these games that I'm looking at are blitz games. But here's an interesting one between my bro Vinay and Naka. When some kind of ICC thing back in 2008, dude. And Naka beats him, dude. Let's check it out. Oh, wait. Now I'm on a different board, though, so you can't see it. Oh, man, what a bummer. Anyways, it was just an ICC thing. Vinay beats Naka down. Vinay, member of the GM house. And it's totally like a blitz kind of thing that Naka would do. Nizzi Piano played it once. Played knight a6 in this position. Yeah. Okay. So that's Kostya's nasty horse opening. And okay, it's not as bad as I thought. I wanted to look at it. All right. Now, where is Neil Bruce? I might do the unveiling right now. So, I'm going to write to him. Come online now. So I just wrote to him, and he sent me a package, dude. So I want to let's remove the kibitzer, and let's do the package. It's time to do the package. My friends, it's time to do the package. All right. This is my package. Look at that. Sent to me from the famous Neil Bruce. I'm opening this thing. It says fragile, handle with care. Here we go, my friend. Here we go. I'm opening this bad boy. Live reveal. Live reveal here on the Chess Dojo show. If you don't know, I undeservedly won a Chess Punks award, kind of like the Chess Motivator of the Year. To me, it was implausible. I had a very poor chess year myself. Oh, but I did get some swag, my friends. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. All right, here's the first bit of swag. It's pretty tight, dude. It's pretty tight. Check that out. Chess Punks, man. Chess Punks right there. My new coffee cup. I had a choice between the black and the white and what kind of swag I wanted, and I said, dude, I want this black and white coffee cup. So that's pretty cool. And I got some more swag here. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, I got some good swag. Oh baby. Oh, I got a medal, bro. I got a medal, dog. All right, here we go. Yeah. Check out that one, man. Here we go. The Chess Punks medal. Right there, dude. Pretty tight. Let's see if you can see it when I put it over my head here. Yeah. That's me, dog. I'm gonna walk down the street with this one. with my gold chains. Gold chains. That's more hair than you. Gold chains. That's right. All right, everybody. I got to get out of here. I got a lesson to do. I might be back a little later. I was thinking of doing a puzzle rush challenge for myself. I had done some puzzle rush before, and I promised myself I would take a break from the thing. I might go for it again, because Kosi has a higher PR than me by like 1, and it bothers me. I hate to say it, but it bothers me. All right. So, my friends, let's. It's definitely a chick magnet. Let's raid somebody. Who are we gonna raid? Oh man, I thought Chess Coach Andras. There he is. Chess Coach Andras. Let's raid that. Say hello to that guy. I'll hopefully be back later. Yeah, I wish I could watch Kosa's game live, especially today. I think it'll be a good one. All right, here we go. Boom. Let's raid him, man. Let's raid him. And DM Hoki's about to say, don't forget to turn off the stream. I won't. I won't forget, boss. You don't have to tell me. Raid now.
KGB footballs that I always forget about.